Oh no. What's going on, bro? Got two people in. What's going on? It's your boy Firewood. Here to talk wrestling. This is my first live stream that I've had. I just got my PlayStation camera and I watched SmackDown last night. I liked it. It's much more bearable than watching Raw. Did y'all see SummerSlam or NXT lately? Cruiserweight Classic? Any questions? First of all, can y'all hear me? Cause I don't know. I don't want to pull up my YouTube right now. Cause I got this. Well, I guess I will. I got this microphone thing hooked up to my phone. You can probably hear the clicks. You start watching, all the good people are gone. Well, you know, like in wrestling in general, oh, thank you, appreciate it. I'm about to hop on my YouTube. But you know, in wrestling in general, it's like a cycle where, you know what I'm saying, it's people you like and then those people leave, or, you know what I'm saying, go away. Because if you think back to the 80s, you know, and stuff, you know, you had like Hulk Hogan and, you know what I'm saying, Macho Man and people like that. And then when they left, you know, who was the good people then? You know, you had to like keep on going and keep on going. Like, I grew up around, I started watching wrestling around like 95, 96. So like the good people to me were like Shawn Michaels, Stone Cold, The Rock and stuff like that. And after they left, you know, you had your Chris Jericho's and your Benoit's and Eddie Guerrero's and stuff like that. So, you know, it's just, you just gotta find some people. Like, I wouldn't say like all the good people are gone. I would say like they're not doing a good job of making new good people to watch. You know, because I will say, like, as far as the actual wrestling, just based on the wrestling goes, the actual wrestling matches are way better than they were. Like, if you actually go back and look at the Attitude Era, the wrestling wasn't really that good. I mean, it was okay. It was more so that you were interested in the matches and stuff than the matches actually being good. And now it's like the matches are way better than they were back then, but you're not interested in who's wrestling. You don't care who's wrestling. You don't care. They don't give you a reason to care about the characters, and that's really WWE's fault. They don't do a good job of making you care, So that's really on WWE. But there's some good people on TV, and I think the PG thing kind of going against them too, where they're not, what I'm saying, they're kind of catered towards kids more so than adults. Yeah, The Rock was funny. There was a lot of funny people back then, like The Rock, Chris Jericho, Stone Cold did some funny stuff, the McMahons and stuff. There was a lot of people, like back in the Attitude Era, like you had your Rocks, your Stone Colds, your Undertakers and stuff. But to me, and like even today, and like if you look at WCW and stuff too, the real entertaining part of the, past the main event was the undercard. And like, you had Val Venus in there with the porn star gimmick and stuff. I like that. The stuff he did with Taka, Michinoku and stuff. You had Nation of Domination with Mark Henry and Farouk and stuff that was interesting. You had like DX. It's like back when DX was around, after Shawn Michaels left, you had like Triple H and X-Pac and the Road, New Age Outlaws. And honestly, at that point, like even the highest person in the group, Triple H, he wasn't even a main eventer. He was like an upper mid carder. Like WWF versus WCW was great. Like that's around the time I grew up. I go back and watch some of the old stuff, but like back then, like honestly, WCW was better than WWF. Like especially if you just like look at the wrestling, like WWF was probably more entertaining to watch. Like it had a better mix of wrestling and entertainment. But if you just like looking at wrestling, like the quality of the matches and stuff, WCW was actually better than WWF. Like I used to watch, like my favorite wrestler is Ed Guerrero, and like a lot of his stuff he did in WCW, it wasn't like no main event stuff. No big time, big level stuff, but it was still like good matches. They had the cruiserweights and stuff. They had, pretty good. That's before like Vince Russo and stuff came, but WCW was really their own downfall. WCW was really their own downfall, where they could have did more with a lot of people they had. Because if you look at it, even today, like back a little bit past the Attitude Era, a lot of people that was carrying that company were former WCW guys. So, WCW fucked that up. And like, if you look at today, a lot of the people carrying the company aren't WWE guys. Like past, I don't know if you know the names of people today, but you got John Cena, you got Randy Orton, you got Brock Lesnar, Bray Wyatt and Roman Reigns. But past them, most of the people who are in WWE right now are independent guys, like Kevin Owens, Seth Rollins, Dean Ambrose, Cesaro, like Sami Zayn. A lot of people who actually make up the meat of the show, they're actually independent guys. They're not WWE products. And I think WWE's kind of seeing that they can't make stars like that. Like they can make stars, but they can't force people to like these people. And like something that was good from back then to now is that back then there was actually like a gradual build. Like if you look at Stone Cold, like Stone Cold wasn't a star overnight. He was in WCW back in the day, and he worked his way up from the US title and stuff, tag team division, and putting on like real good matches then. And he moved to ECW, then WWF, where he was like an undercard and working his way up. And I think people kind of gravitate more towards people who work their way up you know what I'm saying, in the business and stuff, rather than somebody who come in and they're like just instantly thrown to the top, like, hey, like this guy, you know what I'm saying? That's a big problem with WWE now. Like for real, even if you look at the bigger people in WWE right now, like you got your John Cena's or whatever, which I'm pretty sure you know who John Cena is. Um, he he started out at the bottom, not necessarily the bottom, like the dirt bottom, but you know he started at the bottom. He won his U.S. titles, he won some feuds, he, you know what I'm saying, tag teams and stuff like this. He started out doing that before he actually like went to the top. And you know what I'm saying, Randy Orton, he started out at the bottom doing some random shit like a normal person. You actually gave the fan, like, let the fans decide, like, hey, I like this guy, hey, I don't like this guy. You know what I'm saying? Instead of like WWE saying, hey, you gonna like this guy. Really, if I can think about it, past Roman Reigns, like Brock Lesnar was probably like, oh shit. Oh, my bad. That's some shit telling me my mom's she came to the house. It's like a it's a fucking Life 3 some shit called app on the phone called Life 360 where you can have like your whole family, like, you know what I'm saying, especially like my mom stays like 15 minutes away or whatever, but you can tell people to, you know what I'm saying, when they arrive, it's like some GPS shit where when they get in like a certain area, it'll say, hey, this person home. And my mom can tell when I leave the house, and you know what I'm saying, like when I reach the destination, it's like she can get on there and all that shit. But yeah, like a lot of people's kids is taking over, and like not only the people's kids, but it's like it's catered to different crowd. Like, you know, nowadays they cater towards kids. You know, back then you'll have The Rock or Stone Cold on there, like, oh, they didn't say fuck, but they, you know what I'm saying, they'll be like, oh, I'm gonna kick your ass, I'm gonna beat the shit out of you, I'm gonna do this to you, you know what I'm saying, all types of stuff like that, where they can say that and it's like, it's just normal. But nowadays you look at WWE or whatever, somebody say, I'm gonna kick your ass, and the crowd's like, oh my god, I can't believe somebody said ass and stuff. You know, it's like, it's a fucking cuss word. Like, what the, you know what I'm saying, what you mean, you know what I'm saying, somebody cursed and stuff. So it's a real different product, and like down there catering to kids. And really I understand, you know, I understand them catering to kids. You'll put the smackdown on me. You'll put the smackdown on me. Alright. But yeah, like back then they used to curse, they used to do more violence. Like now, if you look at if you see the product, if you look at like when they show like this is what happened last week and stuff, if somebody bleeds, like first of all, if somebody bleeds during a match, you see like doctors coming out and with white gloves on trying to close the wound up, so you know what I'm saying, so the kids won't see blood and stuff. And you know, like back then, like somebody bleed, they bleeding. Like you know, you fucking bleeding. Like it's normal. Like people bleed. Yeah, I smelled The Rock is cooking. Like The Rock, like I used to like The Rock. Like I kind of grew out The Rock because he started doing like little, kind of like his comedy kind of got like forced. But I, you know what I'm saying, I used to like The Rock, especially when he first started. Like a lot of stuff that The Rock does now, nigga can't do now. You know what I'm saying, they can't do nowadays. Like a lot of the comedy stuff, like The Rock used to be very, very vulgar. Like The Rock used to do all types of shit. But you know what I'm saying, he can't do that stuff now. So you know, that's kind of a bad part about it. But you know what I'm saying, I still enjoy it. Like like, you know, like nowadays, you know, a lot of times, like when I ask people, they still watch wrestling. Like at work, there's actually a guy that works with me that watch wrestling. And I was, you know what I'm saying, I was surprised. Like he's 27, like I'm 27, he's 27 too, and he said, you know what I'm saying, he still like watching wrestling and stuff. And I like back the difference between now and back then is like back then you had like random people, like just random people watching wrestling, you know what I'm saying, like people watch wrestling, that's what, you know what I'm saying, that's what people did. It wasn't no oh shoot. You know, back then, you know what I'm saying, people watched wrestling, like back in the Attitude Era, people watched wrestling. It wasn't just wrestling fans. You had people, you know what I'm saying, like just random people be flipping through the channel and be like, oh, wrestling's on. And what was on TV for them was, you know what I'm saying, more edgy stuff that they can get into and stuff like that. So, you know, it was something that they could actually watch. But now, you turn on wrestling, flip through the channels, you probably see like John Cena making little corny ass jokes and stuff like that, and they're like, I don't want to see this, you know what I'm saying, I don't want to sit and watch this shit, you know what I'm saying, something like that. And it's like, really, like I watch wrestling now because I enjoy wrestling. And like, if you just look at it from that standpoint, wrestling is in a good state. But if you look at it from, are you interested in the wrestling? Like, are you interested in Seth Rollins versus Finn Balor? It's like, no. Like, back then, you can get interested in, you know what I'm saying, Val Venus versus D'Lo Brown. Like, that was interesting and stuff. But not, you know what I'm saying, it's like, those are two people you probably don't even know. Or you can go and ask somebody like, hey, do you know Val Venus or D'Lo Brown? People be like, who the fuck is that? But, you know, you can say, oh, do you like Stone Cold and Rock? They be like, yeah, I know Stone Cold and Rock. And like, nowadays, if you look at the stars of nowadays, you can be like, you can even ask them like, hey, do you know Stone Cold and Rock? They be like, yeah, those are wrestlers. Like, those are wrestlers. But if you go today, you be like, hey, you know John Cena? Be like, oh yeah, he got that show on Fox, or he was on, you know what I'm saying, he hosted this. Like, they might know John Cena, wrestler. But you ask like, hey, you know Brock Lesnar? Oh, that's the guy in UFC. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you know Randy Orton? That's the guy in the RKO out of nowhere videos. Like, nowadays, I think a lot of wrestlers aren't known for wrestling. They're known for stuff they do outside of wrestling, more so. And you know what I'm saying? Back then, you ask somebody, hey, you know The Rock or you know Stone Cold? The first thing they're gonna say is, oh, that's a wrestler. You know what I'm saying? Like, Stone Cold, The Rock, The Undertaker, those are wrestlers, you know what I'm saying? Kane, that's a wrestler. But if you look at it today, you say, hey, you know John Cena or something. It's like, oh, that's the guy who hosted this, or this the guy here, you know, Randy Orton. It's like, you know, yeah, John Cena, he's still wrestling. Like, he kind of got like a reduced schedule though. Like, he just lost at SummerSlam was Sunday. And he lost to this guy, like, I can say like he lost to AJ Styles. You'd be like, who the fuck is AJ Styles? Like, and that's the thing about today, is like nobody know who anybody is. But yeah, John Cena's still wrestling. Like, he's 38, I want to say, but he's still wrestling. But he's wrestling a reduced schedule, like where, you know, you might see him around December, January for the Royal Rumble. You might see him around April for WrestleMania. You might see him around August for SummerSlam, but past that, you don't see him. Like, he's off doing other stuff. And like, honestly, it's kind of good and bad that he's not wrestling as much. It's kind of good. It's good because he when he's there, he takes like a lot of the steam away from other guys and stuff. You seen the John Cena AJ Styles? Yeah, it's like, for real, like the whole like SummerSlam as a whole wasn't really that good, but that AJ Styles John Cena match, that was a real good match. I think it should have been the main event, but I understand why it wasn't the main event when you got Brock Lesnar versus Randy Orton on the card. You know, when you got Brock Lesnar, period, like that probably should be the main event. But you know, it's good that he's not wrestling as much because he kind of takes away from other guys and stuff like that, where he's kind of a glass ceiling. Like, I don't want to say that he, like, you know what I'm saying, the glass ceiling thing, that shit real, but you know, it's kind of like if Stone Cold was still there today, you can push other people, but nobody's getting above Stone Cold. And it just is what it is, you know what I'm saying? It's like, that's the same with John Cena. Like, nobody's getting above John Cena. Like, you might get the belt, you might get a title, but John Cena is the main event. And you can tell, I don't know, did you watch the whole SummerSlam, or you just seen that match? Because I was about to say, if you watch the whole SummerSlam, you can kind of see like the John Cena effect, where John Cena, like, you can kind of see the John Cena effect, like where John Cena could be wrestling. Yeah, somebody streamed it. Like, if you watch that, if you watch the whole SummerSlam, bro, you'll notice like when John, like, the crowd was kind of dead and stuff. As soon as John Cena came out, and AJ Styles too, like, people are interested in AJ Styles, but when John Cena came out, everybody was on their feet. They was real into the match and stuff. But as soon as John Cena's match was over, the crowd died. Like, you know what I'm saying? Put the whole crowd in the coffin. And it's like, that's the thing about John Cena. He can instantly make stuff interesting. You know what I'm saying? They invested so much in him. He's been around so long. That's just like when The Rock comes back. Like, honestly, like, The Rock put on good matches and stuff, but he's, like, as far as wrestling, there's 10 people in WWE right now that are way better wrestlers than The Rock. But The Rock, you know what I'm saying, people got investment in The Rock. People are interested when he come by and stuff. So, you know, that's the thing about a lot of those guys, where you kind of got to pick your poison. Like, do you want them to be here, or do you, like, not want them to be here? And if you want them to be here, it's like, people, you got more eyes on your product, but if they're not here, you know what I'm saying, people are slightly less interested. You gotta go through the process of making new people that everybody's gonna be. You gotta make a new Rock, you gotta make a new John Cena and stuff. News and rumors and cover all day. I would generally appreciate you subscribe to me if you said thank you. Yeah, I subscribe. Is that your name on YouTube? But something like, something, if you like, really into wrestling and stuff, there's a lot of like, wrestling podcasts and stuff, like my bad, y'all. But yeah, I don't think it's on, like, I don't think wrestling's ever gonna be like where it was before. Like, you know what I'm saying, as far as popularity, but you know, I think they're kind of coming back. They're making a oh, here we go. I think they're kind of making a comeback and stuff like that. Subscribe. Those are like some professional shit. But you know, I think wrestling as a whole is kind of, I don't want to say it's making a comeback, but it's getting its, like, niche back. Where and it's like a lot of stuff to do with the network. It's a lot of also the like, kind of the rise of the independents and stuff, where WWE ain't the only ball game in them. You know what I'm saying, the ball game out there. Like, something else that kind of was like the downfall of WWE was when they didn't have any more competition. Like, WCW was real good for wrestling and real good for WWE because it forced WWE to do stuff. Like, it forced them to try new stuff, make new stars. Like, back then, like, WCW was, you know what I'm saying, people in the South, the southern region and stuff was like real into WCW. Then WCW went and grabbed a lot of WWE big names and stuff, WWF big names, and you know, WWF was forced to make, you know what I'm saying, new stars, like make the Stone Colds and make the Rocks and push those guys, Shawn Michaels and stuff. They were forced to push those guys, and they was forced to do new stuff, like try new stuff to get fans and stuff, and it was real good for wrestling. But now it's like, if you play other video games, it's kind of like Madden, you know what I'm saying, like Madden and NFL 2K franchise and stuff. Like back when both of those was out, it's like Madden comes out with this, and then 2K comes out with this, and it's like they was competing, and you saw new stuff like the NFL 2K, the NFL 2K5 with T.O. on the cover. That was like, to me, that's the best football game ever made. But oh yeah, they sexy as hell. Like, you know what I'm saying? I think even now, and it's even better now because they're sexy, and you can watch them wrestle. Like, they can actually wrestle now. Like back in the day, they had some good divas and stuff, but they wasn't that good in the ring past like Trish Stratus and Lita and probably one or two other people. But now, like, they look good, and they like now they look good and they can wrestle, so that's real good. You know, I don't know if you saw the Charlotte and Sasha Banks match from SummerSlam. That was real good. But yeah, Sasha Banks my baby though. We gonna get married. I know she just got married, but we gonna get married too. We gonna have like one of those relationships where you have multiple husbands, but she ain't gonna be with him for real. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's real good that there's other types of, you know what I'm saying? You can go look at Ring of Honor, you can go watch PWG or New Japan and stuff. Like, they're never gonna be as big as WWE ever. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people be like, oh, you can do what you want, but WWE, they just got too much money to put behind marketing, and you know, it's like the destination that everybody want to be at. You know what I'm saying? Everybody want to be in WWE. Where they get the most exposure, they can make the most money to support their family. They got the most eyes on them, where people can actually see them. You know what I'm saying? See them wrestle, see what they can do and stuff. But it's like they're a machine. Like, nobody's ever gonna be as big as WWE is, but there are alternatives. You know what I'm saying? Like, somebody don't want to do WWE, they can go here, they can go there, and fans can watch them. Like, there's a lot of great wrestlers that's not in WWE that, you know what I'm saying, you probably should put in WWE instead of some of the people that's there. But the thing about that is, like, you gotta have winners, you gotta have losers. Like, if you just took all the best wrestlers and put them in WWE, some of these great wrestlers gonna get overlooked. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta have your Eric Rowans, you know what I'm saying? You gotta have them. You gotta have your jobbers. You gotta have your undercard and stuff to lose. You know what I'm saying? To be able to lose. Like, they can be good wrestlers, but as far as star power, you gotta have people that's gonna lose. You know what I'm saying? You can't just have jobbers all the time, or you can't just have you know what I'm saying, stuff like that. And it's better that you have kind of WWE, you know what I'm saying, WWE guys being the jobbers and stuff, because generally they're not as good of wrestlers as the independent people and stuff. Even though, like, you know what I'm saying, people, you can debate over style, like the WWE style versus the independent style, because if you put, like, for instance, like Seth Rollins against John Cena, Seth Rollins can do way more, you know what I'm saying, Seth Rollins can do way more moves in the ring than John Cena, and he can be like more exciting than John Cena. Oh yeah. Yeah, you right. What don't mind. But yeah, like Jacqueline Ivory, Victoria Jazz, Mickey James, yeah, they were all pretty good. Lita, she was like, but like the thing about Lita and Trish is that I don't want to say they're like the John Cena of I don't want to say they're like the John Cena of women's wrestling, but they're the ones that got the crowd excited. You know what I'm saying? Like, You know what I'm saying? They're the ones that everybody knew when they when they had matches and stuff. People were like, "Oh, Trish is out here. Oh, Lita is out here," and stuff like that. Like Jacqueline, Ivory, Victoria, Jazz, Mickey James. Like when they came out, it's like they'll put on the better matches than these. You know what I'm saying? Than Lita and Trish, but you know, people like the crowd wasn't as excited for them. But that was back in the time where they had better crowds and better things surrounding them too. So you know what I'm saying? I ain't saying like they didn't get no reaction at all, but it wasn't a Trish or Lita. And they actually put more time into Lita and Trish than they did Jacqueline, which they shouldn't have. And then, you know what I'm saying, later on, the women's division kind of suffered for that, for them not putting time into, you know what I'm saying, those other women where they should have. But, you know what I'm saying, and like WWE got this thing where when they do kind of build somebody else, like they was kind of building Mickey James up, they let Mickey be Lita, Trish, and stuff, but then they gonna come with the Mickey James stuff with Layla and Michelle McCool, and yeah, they kind of like they fucked Mickey James up, and I think you know what I'm saying, like Mickey James, like I think she could have been like if they would have kept her, she could have been someone, her and Gail Kim, they could have been someone like two people on the forefront of. I think if they would have stayed, I think the whole Divas downfall probably wouldn't have happened, or it would have probably not been, it might not have lasted as long, because it lasted a long ass time. Yeah, they had more charisma, but like as far as wrestling, like I think Lita, I think she was a person, I think Lita was a person that she just came through and she was doing stuff that like yeah, Gail Kim was good too. And like you know what I'm saying, all those women, they look, you know what I'm saying, they look pretty good too. But like the thing about Lita is that Lita came in doing moves that women didn't do. Like even the old school women, like they just didn't do like moonsaults and you know what I'm saying, all this stuff like that. The women didn't do that. So I think, and she was sloppy as shit, but she was doing okay, but you know, like Lita, she was doing like the flips and moonsaults and stuff like that a lot of people weren't doing, and like that's how she got over. And Trish was just sexy as shit, you know what I'm saying? Like she learned how to wrestle later on and stuff, but people are just investing in her like for back when, you know, when she was doing a lot of stuff as a manager. And I even forgot how Trish came in. Like I think she came in, it wasn't like the TNA stuff like testing out, but she came in managing somebody, but I forget who. It was somebody who didn't make it, but yeah. And then Gail Kim, like you see when she went to TNA what she did and stuff like that. So you know what I'm saying, it's kind of like proof that she was, you know what I'm saying, she kind of was ready. You know, she had, and she even now, like she's like 40 or something like that, and she's still having good matches with whoever they put in the ring with her. You know what I'm saying, like anybody can get in the ring with Gail Kim and she can carry him to at least a half decent match. And it's like when you got women like that, that's what you need. Like those are women who are good mentors. They can you know what I'm saying, even if you got them losing to them, they can help. And like if you look at John Cena's like that. Like he can like yeah, I feel you, man, but I mean, oh well. Trish came in as a fresh fitness person. Garrick and Lita was, yeah, I know Lita was with S.A. Rios, and I actually like S.A. Rios, but like who was Trish with when she came in? Because I know she didn't come in by herself, like it's just a regular women's wrestler. But like actually I like S.A. Rios. Like I used to watch him on what's that shit, like Shotgun Saturday Night and stuff. I think that's when he came in. I forgot who he was wrestling against, but like I used to actually like S.A. Rios, but you know he fucking got overshadowed. It's kind of like with Sable and Mark Merrow. Like Mark Merrow was actually pretty good. Even like when he was Johnny B. Bad back in WCW, he was pretty good. But it's like he's one of those people. Like he was entertaining, but he always needed to be with a female. Like, and the thing with female managers is like usually they're there so people can look at you like, oh, who's this random ass guy with this sexy ass woman on his side or whatever. And it's like with Mark Merrow, he got overshadowed by Sable. You know what I'm saying? It's like that's sad because Mark Merrow was actually pretty good, and you know what I'm saying, he just got overshadowed. It's, you know what I'm saying, it just is what it is. Like did she? I thought she was there before seeing that, like Tess and Albert. Yeah, she, like that's like really, actually that's like as far back as I remember Trish, but I couldn't sworn she was like doing something else. Yeah, she did come in as, you know what I'm saying, like even with Tess and Albert, like Tess and Albert as a tag team and stuff, I actually like Tess and Albert, you know what I'm saying, like they wasn't like the best wrestlers in the ring or nothing like that, but you know what I'm saying, they were, you know what I'm saying, they were entertaining. But Trish Stratus, she kind of overshadowed Tess and Albert, and something bad about having a female manager and stuff is that sooner or later you're gonna have to do some kind of storyline or some kind of angle with them, and that's gonna fuck you up. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you got going on, that's gonna fuck it up. And like you look at today, I love Rusev. Like Rusev, like to me, Rusev is great. But you know what I'm saying, in the ring, he's pretty good and stuff. And like that's a, you know what I'm saying, the good thing about Rusev is that he's an actual WWE product. You know what I'm saying? I know he was doing shit before. Oh yeah, he did get a lot better after he left. And like Rusev, I know he probably did like some Russian, like whatever, you know what I'm saying, Russian wrestling or something before that, but he's basically, Rusev is a WWE product. And Rusev is actually pretty good, but there was a time where Rusev was getting overshadowed by Lana, you know what I'm saying? Like people wanted to see Lana more than they, you know what I'm saying, wanted to see people wanted to see Lana and stuff more than they wanted to see fucking Rusev. And it's like that, you know what I'm saying, it's kind of a shame that happened. Yeah, he was weightlifting. And it's like people want to see Lana more than they want to see Rusev, which is kind of sad, you know what I'm saying? Like, damn. Like, that's all you can say, like, damn, people want to see fucking Lana. And like, you know what I'm saying, I ain't gonna lie, Lana's sexy as shit, but like, that's kind of the thing with trying to get like casual people, like people who flipping through the channels. Like people be flipping through the channels and like, you know, you got like regular people that's like, might see Rusev versus this random person. Yeah, like Chris Candido, like, and it's like you can go through a lot of stuff with and Chris Candido was actually pretty good, you know what I'm saying, like in the ring, but he, you know what I'm saying, it's like you can see that over and over and over again where, you know, where the wrestler get, like a pretty good wrestler gets overshadowed by the woman. It's like I don't necessarily want to blame the woman, because you know it's really the guy, you know what I'm saying, the wrestler's responsibility to be entertaining and have charisma and stuff. But at the same time, if the wrestler could get over on their own, they had the charisma and stuff to get over on their own, they wouldn't need the manager, you know what I'm saying? Like you look at Chris Candido, he kind of wasn't entertaining. Mark Merrow, like as far as mic skills and charisma, he kind of wasn't entertaining. Like Tess and Albert, like dry paint, you know what I'm saying? Like they weren't entertaining. S.A. Rios, I don't know if he could speak English very well, but even if he could, he wasn't entertaining. Like, he just wasn't, like, a lot of them just wasn't entertaining as far as mic work and stuff, and that's why they needed the woman. Like, you know what I'm saying, you go back and like just really think about it, like think about a lot of stuff, and it's like it's good for the woman because like usually it makes the woman a big star and stuff, but you know, still, you know what I'm saying, you have a pretty good wrestler that gets overshadowed by the female, and you know, and then like a lot of times they get released or, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that. So you really gotta manage that very well. And like, to me, it's crazy. Like, when you got a match going on, like you got Rusev versus this person, it's a pretty good match. Then they just shoot away like a picture of Lana, and it's like, and Lana's not doing nothing but screaming out there. It's like, that's why like I kind of think that they should bring back more male you know what I'm saying, more male managers and stuff like that. Because like, you know what I'm saying, it's like you gotta find the right person, but yeah, like the thing, you know what I'm saying, the thing about a woman manager is like the woman actually don't have to be good on the mic. It's more of a, it's like with women, because Mero was good, but when he was Johnny B. Bad back in WCW, he had a woman with him. It's crazy, like he always had some type of female with him. And like the thing with men with female managers is that sooner or later they're gonna get put in a storyline where they're gonna lose the female, or they got to defend the female's honor some kind of way, or you know what I'm saying, something like that. And Mero was good on the mic, but nobody cared about him. You know what I'm saying? Like, and Lita, she didn't have to be good. The whole point of the female manager is to get eyes on whoever, you know what I'm saying, their managing is. And you know what I'm saying, people were looking at Lita with her thong hanging out and stuff, and it's like nobody like when Lita came out, you didn't have women with tattoos on them. Like, you look at the women before that, women didn't have tattoos. It was always like the proper woman with, you know what I'm saying, they probably had something sexy on, but it was like the proper woman with, you know what I'm saying, like her titties hanging out or something. Like, Lita didn't have titties when she came in. Like, she really didn't have a body like that. She just had like a bunch of tattoos, red hair, and a thong. You know what I'm saying? Like, and she'll come in at the end. Johnny B. Bad had, probably not the whole time, but Johnny B. Bad had somebody with him. I was watching some days, like I was watching a WCW pay-per-view probably like 2 weeks ago, and I don't know who it was. It probably wasn't the whole time, but it probably wasn't the whole time, but Johnny B. Bad had some female with him. I forgot who it was, but yeah, he was okay. Not like, I actually liked him better in WCW. Like, I was talking to the guy earlier in the comments about back in WCW, like the wrestling was better than WWF. It's just that WWF was kind of more entertaining. Like, if you wanted to be entertained by a show as a whole, WWF was kind of more entertaining than WCW. But WWF, if you was like a wrestling fan and you liked the wrestling, like Teddy Long. In WCW, Teddy Long, it was a woman. It was like some woman that Johnny Bad was with. I don't remember exactly who it was. I'm trying to look it up. It was somebody. And it, like, when I looked at it, it was when I saw him, it was a pay-per-view from like it was like a pay-per-view and it was like I seen, like, I don't know who it was, but I seen Mero in WCW with a female valet. But it was like in 96, 97, I was watching a pay-per-view and he was with some female, but it might have just been like a month or something like that. I don't know. I'm trying to think who was wrestling. It might have been I want to say he was probably wrestling DDP, and it was probably he was trying to save the woman from DDP, and then the woman left him for DDP or something like that. It was some shit like that, but I think he was wrestling. I think he had a manager for like, and it might have just been the pay-per-view I was watching. But yeah, like a lot of times, like the dude, it's like when the dude can't get him over. Like if I was a wrestler, like honestly, I probably wouldn't want a female valet. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather have a guy valet. But like I like really rather have a male valet than a male manager than like a female valet and stuff. Cause like really all they are, all they is eye candy. You know what I'm saying? For like more casual fans or people just flipping through the channel and they'll see this guy with this sexy woman and be like, oh, who's this woman? Like I don't give a fuck about the dude. I don't give a fuck about the dude. I just want to see the female, you know what I'm saying? I just want to see more of her, and they'll probably keep on watching. And like I guess the hopes is that they're gonna keep watching and see this sexy female, and you know what I'm saying, they're probably gonna see the product and be like, oh, he did this cool move, or oh, he hit him like this, he did this, and you know what I'm saying, just I guess be interested. But I mean there's a place in wrestling for female ballets and stuff, but you know what I'm saying, me personally, I'd rather them put the female ballets with the wrestlers that's not as good, you know what I'm saying, so that yeah. I think it was Kimberly, and like I think that's the reason he left, because it was probably like the feud was gonna get a little risque or something. Because you know I think he was real religious and stuff like that, and it's some stuff that he probably didn't want to do and stuff like that. But yeah, I think that's who he was with. When I saw it, like it was with I think the feud was with DDP and stuff. But yeah, like Mark Merrill, like he was actually pretty good. I hate that he left. You know what I'm saying? It's not like he just made a break wrestling or anything, or he made a break the mid card or anything. But you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Even today, like any person that you can have that can put on good matches or is even slightly entertaining is valuable. You know what I'm saying? Like you want to have them, because it's so, like, even today it's so hard to get somebody interested in wrestling. You know what I'm saying? It's not like back then where everybody watched wrestling. Like I was at work yesterday and we was talking, you know what I'm saying, we was talking and stuff, and we was just making jokes and somebody just popped over the ooh Chavo, you know what I'm saying. We was talking about some it's like these two Mexican girls that work back in shipping with us, and you know what I'm saying, we was talking about them and stuff, and he just popped over the ooh Chavo shit. But yeah, like Mero, he could have been the next big thing, but like I mean, he got squashed by Sable. What can you say? Like you get like for real, that's a death wish for anyone. I mean, any dude, like in wrestling, if you get squashed by a woman or you get dogged out by a woman, like it's almost like you look at the Matt Hardy thing with Lita, and stuff like that with Lita and Edge. Like once that happened, like he lasted for like probably like a year or two past that, but after that, like Matt Hardy was done. Like he was done, son. Like, and it's like anytime you have a woman involved in wrestling, and when the bad thing happens with the woman, you'll get sympathy for a while, and it's like after that, you gotta be like they gotta book you real strong, like very strong. And then you know what I'm saying, after the Matt Hardy Edge thing happened with Lita, Matt Hardy lost, and it's like you could have saved Matt Hardy, and Matt Hardy would have won that feud. Even if he didn't get Lita back, if he would have just won that feud, you could have salvaged Matt Hardy. Because Matt Hardy, he wasn't the best in the ring. I liked him better than Jeff, because Jeff was kind of like a ooh ah, you know what I'm saying, type person, like somebody who just had exciting moves and stuff. But you know what I'm saying, as far as wrestling go, Matt Hardy was better at wrestling like a regular match than, you know what I'm saying, then Jeff. He just wasn't as exciting. But like once you get dissed or squashed by the woman, you know what I'm saying, in wrestling, like it's done. And like Mark Merrow, you know what I'm saying, I think the thing with Sable, I don't want to say it had to be done, but a lot of times you gotta go with where the money at. And if the money is with Sable, you know what I'm saying, like if you can see like Sable being a big star or something, like you gotta let it rip. So I mean, it just is what it is. Damn it. Like you know what I'm saying, you had to like let Sable go right there. But like I was talking to a guy earlier. I was talking to the guy earlier about a problem now that they didn't have back then. Because he was like, he really don't watch WWE anymore because it's not as good as it is back then. And I was telling him, like, my bad. I was telling him like the difference between now and back then is that back then, like the big stars and stuff, he said all the good people are gone. And I was telling him like it's not necessarily that they want the money now, and you know what I'm saying, Sable, she lasted kind of long. I think they need they really wanted another Sunny, because they saw what Sunny did for them, and for, you know what I'm saying, as far as being out there. Sable, I think Sable, even during the Attitude era, I think Sable really did a lot for them. I think Sable really did a lot for them as far as getting, you know what I'm saying, getting people to watch wrestling and stuff. Like you know, like I know there's a lot of guys that probably, you know what I'm saying, saw Sable in Playboy or saw Sable here and there and stuff like that, and like, oh, I'm gonna watch. Just like with Sunny, like I know it's probably a lot of guys who wasn't interested in wrestling that saw Sunny and was just like, oh, you know what I'm saying, who's this? And I want to see more of her. Because if you remember back when Sunny was big and stuff, you watch like WWE back then, Sunny would be on your, like Sunny would be like have like 3, 4, like 5 segments on a show, you know what I'm saying, like a 2-hour show or whatever. And it's like just doing random shit, you know what I'm saying, not even like, she'll probably be managing somebody, she'll probably be out for commentary, she'll probably have like a commercial or angle, you know what I'm saying, just all types of random shit, you know what I'm saying. Yeah, you know what I'm saying, like, and it's like in those 2 years, like a lot can happen in 2 years. You know what I'm saying, you can get some, you know what I'm saying, you can get some people, like the whole thing with WWE with like a lot of this media and stuff that they want is they want somebody, like they just want somebody to like tune in to see the woman and by chance get hooked on, you know what I'm saying, get hooked on the product, like, oh, I'm just tuning in to see you know what I'm saying, Sable or Sunny or Trish Stratus. But hey, what's going on over here? Or what's going on with this storyline? Or hey, this, you know what I'm saying, The Rock's pretty cool. Or I like Stone Cold, he's pretty cool. And you know what I'm saying, once you get that far, you probably, yeah, you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying, yeah, she could do a lot. she about do anything but wrestle for real, but yeah, you know what I'm saying, like, but earlier the guy was like, oh yeah, she'll, like, anybody was better than Sable. I got what you want and I got what the guys need. She was very annoying on the mic. Like, I hated Sable on the mic. Like, you know what I'm saying, they might as well like did some pre-recorded stuff and just had her move her lips. And she had a real annoying voice, but you know what I'm saying, she was kind of one of the people, like, usually you, like, with the women, the like, a lot of times the women are only as strong, and even, like, I don't want to say, like, it's not like that with the men, because it's like one is way more men and stuff like that. But usually if you look at like the women's divisions over the years, the women, like, the division as a whole is only as good as the lead woman. And like, back when Sable was like the lead woman in the women's division, they had Jacqueline and stuff like that, but you know what I'm saying, a lot of them was kind of molded, like they tried to mold a lot of those women after Sable, you know what I'm saying, with the sex appeal and stuff like that. And like, if you look at Jacqueline, even Jacqueline, like, she kind of had the outfits with her titties hanging out and stuff, and it's like Jacqueline can actually wrestle, which was like kind of the sad thing about it. But yeah, you know what I'm saying, they kind of molded. And like, if you look at it, like, even like just past a few whatchalls ago, oh no, I can't read that, I'm sorry. But even like just a year ago, you look at the women's division where Nikki Bella was the lead. You had a bunch of, like, not necessarily Nikki Bella clones, but a lot of the, you know what I'm saying, a lot of the women's division was kind of molded after Nikki Bella. And it's like, it's good that today, you know what I'm saying, it's like Nikki Bella is a way better wrestler than she used to be, but like, it's good that today, oh, you got to see WWE Monday Night. How did you like the show? Like, I think I'm gonna try to go see SmackDown next time it comes down here. I saw, like, I didn't get to see it. I was at work, but well, they in Connecticut on Monday, or they were still in Brooklyn. But I think a lot of people, like, a lot of things that I hear from people that go see shows, a lot of people say that actually being at the show is good, but you know what I'm saying, looking at it on TV, like, that 3 hours is very, very hard to swallow. That 3 hours is rough. Like, that 3 hours is very, very rough. I'm sorry. Like, I was like, last night I didn't get to finish it, but I caught up on SmackDown. Some of SmackDown, it's like, it was just way more manageable. Like, it was just easier to watch. You know what I'm saying? Way easier to watch than Raw. And it's like, Raw has a lot of filler. Like they just need to fill time, so we just gonna do this random ass shit. But being at the show live, like, did you get that, or you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, or was it more bearable watching it live? Cause I know being at the show, like, instead of 3 hours, it's gonna be 4 hours, right? Cause you gotta do the superstars, and then it's probably gonna be more than 4 hours. Like, that's an hour a day. Like, you gotta plan for that shit. Love Tina, I don't understand what you're saying. It's coming up in like Japanese or something. But But yeah, I was it's kind of good. I'm sorry. I was talking to the guy earlier, and he was saying like all the good people are gone, and I was telling him it's not that the good people are gone because there are good people now. It's just that back then, when WWE did a good job of investing time in these people, making you interested in these characters. Nowadays, they don't. It's like um, they got who they want to be on top, and that's who you're gonna like, or else you're not gonna like anybody. And what you mean halftime show? When I say like 4 hours, I meant like um, they shoot like superstars or whatever before Raw. Well, they either shoot superstars or main event before Raw to show that week. So you know what I'm saying? You don't have to come. You don't have to come and watch that, but that is that. You know what I'm saying? That is there. So instead of the 3 hours, you know what I'm saying, on a Monday, you'll be there for 4 hours. Then you got like a little run over. Then you got a dark match or whatever. Which like lately they've been putting like for the dark match they've been putting like SmackDown guys and stuff. Cause I think SmackDown run house shows in nearby towns on Mondays or some shit like that don't make sense. But like SmackDown live events, like for instance, if they were in Birmingham, like if Raw was in Birmingham, they'll probably run SmackDown live event in Montgomery or something like that, the same day at the same time. And it's like, you know what I'm saying, which really kind of defeats the purpose, because like, especially if you're not sold out, because Montgomery ain't that far from Birmingham. It's like 2 hours away from Birmingham. So these people who are at the SmackDown live event could possibly drive down to Birmingham to come to Raw. But yeah, also looking at Raw and looking at SmackDown, the crowd seems to be way more into SmackDown than they are into Raw. And like I was watching, I still gotta get finished watching it sometime a little later on or tomorrow. But from what I've seen, like the opening segment, you know what I'm saying, people were into Daniel Bryan, people was into Shane, people was like the crowd was into it when they announced the new tag team and women's title for SmackDown. People were into Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch had a match against Alexa Bliss, and people were like so into Becky Lynch. You know what I'm saying? Like the crowd, like it was like fucking Dean Ambrose that came out. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. People were into Randy Orton. People were into what's her name? Carmella had a heel turn. People was into her. People were into Heath Slater. You know what I'm saying? It's like people are just more into SmackDown than they are into Raw. You know what I'm saying? It's like the whole show, it really wasn't much dead time. You know what I'm saying? Like people were, you know what I'm saying, actually excited about the show, and it's like that's good. That people were actually, you know what I'm saying, excited about seeing it. And I think it was in like, I don't even think it was like a real big city. I think it was like some random ass city in Connecticut. You know, yeah, I like what they doing. Heath Slater, I think he's decent in the ring. I don't think he's like terrible in the ring, but like he's one of those people who like got charisma
and like he can get over with his mic work, his charisma, and people, and that's really all you need for a wrestler. Like, if you're a real good wrestler or whatever, it's like it helps, but like the thing more so than you just being a good wrestler, because some people aren't into Cesaro, and Cesaro is great in the ring or whatever, but I think at this point with Cesaro, people, he get like sympathy cheers, you know what I'm saying? Like, people just sad that he's not being utilized to the extent that he could be utilized. So they're like, oh, we want Cesaro, because they feel bad for him, which is sad, you know what I'm saying, as far as Cesaro goes. But you know, the contrast to it is like, people do not like Zack Ryder now. Like, oh yeah, you said that at one point. Yeah, like, and it's like Heath Slater. I don't think that he's necessarily being booked as an underdog. I think he's being booked as like, I don't know. It's real cool. Like, his gimmick is like the free agent. It's like, I like Heath Slater. Like, I always liked Heath Slater. He was always entertaining. Like, even with the 3MB stuff, you know what I'm saying, they was kind of holding them down. Like, they was kind of holding them back. The social misfits, the social outcasts, he was kind of being held back. But like Heath Slater, the thing about Heath Slater is he's always been entertaining. You know what I'm saying? Like, they really don't give him much to do in the ring. Like it's crazy. Like, Heath Slater, I don't even know what his finishing move is. I don't even know if he has a finishing move, because that's probably like, he probably hasn't won a match in so long that, I mean, you don't have a point to know what his finishing move is. And it's like, I'm sorry, I'm about to eat some chips. The ski dip style. Yeah, a lovable loser. Like, I say he's a lovable loser. And like Zack Ryder, I think the thing with Zack Ryder is that he had the stuff on the internet. People liked it. People, you know what I'm saying? It's like, and stuff like that. Like, just like back with Sable, when we was talking about Sable. If you got some of this money, you should let it rip. And they didn't let it rip with Zack Ryder. And people already got this notion about WWE that, you know what I'm saying, whatever the fans like, and when people get over on their own and stuff like that, WWE don't like it. So I think it's part that Zack Ryder got over on his own, and part that WWE, you know what I'm saying, people were being defiant towards the people was being defiant, you know what I'm saying, people were being defiant towards WWE. And WWE is kind of like a strict parent. Like, you're gonna like what we want you to like, and that's final. And it's like, they don't understand that everybody ain't kids anymore. Like, you know, when you're a kid, your mama would say like, oh, you can't play video games, or you can't watch this, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? I think WWE, like, a good analogy for WWE is they're like a strict parent. Like, you're gonna like what we like, and if you like something that we don't tell you to like, we're not gonna put it on TV, and we're not gonna give you a chance to like it. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna tell them to stop. We're gonna tell Zack Ryder to stop doing the internet stuff. It just is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I think, but like with Heath Slater, like, honestly, I think somebody like Heath Slater, I think that a good wrestler like Cesaro, I think that he would probably get released from WWE like 5 years before Zack Ryder. Heath Slater, because Heath Slater, one, he's a WWE product. Two, he does what they want him to. Three, you know what I'm saying, he got mic skills, he got charisma and stuff like that. Like, a lot of times that's all WWE wants. Like, they want what they want, and they want you to give them what they want. Yeah, it's something thrown around. I think it's just thrown around to make them look good. Like, if they don't want you to have that brass ring, you're not gonna get the brass ring. The brass ring isn't real. That's why like, something real big that people been talking about lately is Stone Cold podcast with Dean Ambrose, and Stone Cold was saying like Dean Ambrose was being resting on his laurels, and you know, a lot of people was like kind of mad that Stone Cold was you know what I'm saying, came out was like, you gotta be more edgy, you gotta do this, you gotta do that. And it's like, my point of view is Austin don't, like, he's not in WWE right now. He's not, like, everybody ain't a Stone Cold. Even back when Stone Cold was hot, everybody wasn't a Stone Cold. And it's like, you can get away with that. The Rock can get away with it. The Undertaker can get away with it. Triple H can get away with it. Shawn Michaels can get away with doing what the fuck they want to. But everybody else, if fucking Val Venus came up and was like, hey, I want to do this, or hey, I want to do that, or I don't agree with this, or I don't agree with that. You know what I'm saying? He's getting jobbed out. And today, you got John Cena, you got fucking Randy Orton and Brock Lesnar, and past them. Yeah, that's absolutely right. Yeah, Santino would still be there if he didn't get, I think he had like a neck injury or something, but it's certain people that like have good comedy, and there's some people who have bad comedy. Like, you know what I'm saying, like whatever they're doing with the Golden Truth is not good at all. Like it honestly ain't good, period. So whatever they're doing with the Golden Truth ain't good, but R-Truth by himself and Goldust by himself is real good. Funaki was real good. Like Funaki was funny, but like, you know what I'm saying, like I honestly don't understand why WWE is so into comedy, because there's a lot of bad comedy. Like John Cena's comedy is bad comedy. What Roman Reigns is doing is bad comedy. And at this point, like you got every week you get like 3 million people watching Raw. These 3 million people are actually fans of wrestling. You know what I'm saying? These aren't like, this ain't the Attitude Era back when they was getting like what, 5 million or 6 million or 7 million or whatever fans. Back during the Attitude Era, a lot of, like, probably most of those fans watching wrestling back then weren't wrestling fans. They were probably Stone Cold, The Rock, you know what I'm saying, back when they had like more universally loved wrestlers on TV. I mean, that's who, like Stone Cold and stuff, that's who brought those 6-7 million people, million viewers in. Nowadays, like, if somebody's watching wrestling, like, most likely they're not just random people. And like, I was listening to a podcast, and it's like, they brought up a good point. Like, Stephanie is, like, honestly, like, Stephanie, it's crazy. Like, Stephanie is not, I don't want to say she needs to leave, but she needs to take a back seat, because she's not doing wrestling any favors. Like, they were saying, okay, Finn Balor won the Universal Championship. Why in the fuck is he on Good Day America, Good Day Today, or Good Morning America, whatever that shit is? Like, who in the fuck watches Good Morning America? You know what I'm saying? Not saying who watches Good Morning America as far as nobody watches it, because it gets a lot of fucking viewers. Saying like, who's at home at 7, like in between 7 o'clock and 10 o'clock in the morning, like soccer moms and stuff like that. That's who's watching this. Like, is this really who you want to watch your product? You know what I'm saying? These the people who are gonna be watching wrestling and stuff. Like, they're gonna tune in, they're not gonna know what the fuck they're watching, or they're gonna be shocked and appalled at what they're seeing and stuff like that. And it's like, if you got him watching, if you got him winning your title, you know what I'm saying, it's not no sexist thing, or, you know what I'm saying, fuck the soccer moms or anything like that. It's that if Finn Balor just won a Universal title, you want him on fucking ESPN. You don't want him on Good Morning America. You want him on ESPN so guys can see him, see what he's about, and they can come in and watch our product. And it's Stephanie, like, she's the one, you know what I'm saying, doing all this. Like, even with I think I saw some news where Stephanie has brought in like some people from the LGTB community or whatever, you know what I'm saying, the lesbian gay people community or whatever to kind of be more sensitive on storylines. Like, not saying fuck the, you know what I'm saying, not saying fuck the LGTB community or anything like that, but why? Like, for what? You know what I'm saying? So they can be more sensitive. Like, most likely they're not watching your product. You know what I'm saying? Like, the only thing you're really saving yourself from is probably getting boycotted, and who cares? You know what I'm saying? Like, as far as I seen, like, they probably make some little gay jokes here and there and stuff, but I really haven't seen much that's been offensive. And like, I hope y'all not doing that to do any, like, to incorporate any of that stuff into storylines, because like, you're trying to get an audience that don't want to watch your product. Like, if, you know what I'm saying, the LGBT community wanted to watch wrestling, they would be watching wrestling. It's like, they're not going to be like, oh, this is insensitive to us, so we're not going to watch. Like, if they're going to watch, they're going to watch. So you're going out to, you know what I'm saying, reach out to this community to get pointers on historically male-dominated, male, you know what I'm saying, male-viewed sport. What the fuck are you doing? Like, there's other things you could be doing to get your target audience to watch more than, you know what I'm saying, than try to, you know what I'm saying, get this to be more sensitive to that. So it's crazy. Like, Stephanie is kind of fucking shit up. And like, I don't want to just say like, let Shane run everything, because in my eyes, Shane is kind of like a hipster, like an old hip. He's like a 45-year-old hipster or whatever. But I mean, I think he'll make better decisions than Stephanie. But you know what I'm saying? But you can't knock her, because Stephanie is doing stuff to try to make the product grow. So you can't knock her too much. But the thing she's doing it from a female's point of view. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like how Dixie Carter's kind of fucking up TNA. But like, that breast ring shit is some bullshit. Like, they got who they want. You know what I'm saying? They got who they want, and that's who they want. In discussion. You know what I'm saying? No debating it. No way around it. I mean, it just is what it is. You know what I'm saying? And like, that breast ring shit, that's not real. You gotta have the look. You gotta be okay in the ring. My skills, obviously, like with Roman Reigns, and like, the thing about Roman Reigns is like, a lot of people knock Roman Reigns and stuff. Roman Reigns is like, he put on pretty good matches. Like, I don't think it has anything to do with Roman. Like, really, honestly, I think a lot of people knock Roman Reigns because he got pushed so hard, and it's like, WWE claims that they listen to their fans and stuff, and it's like, you're listening to us, but you don't listen to it. We don't want to see Roman Reigns. And it's like, it's not that we don't want to see Roman Reigns, because people want to see Roman Reigns, but, well, we want to see, at the moment, we want to see Cesaro. We want you to feature Cesaro. Well, we gave you Cesaro. What's up, Hokum? What's going on? It's like, we want to see Cesaro. We want to see Cesaro. Oh, so you want to see Cesaro? How about seeing Cesaro lose to Roman Reigns? Be like, well, shit, we want to see Kevin Owens. How about seeing Kevin Owens lose to Roman Reigns? Oh, we want to see, who else people want to see? We want to see Rusev. How about seeing Rusev lose to Roman Reigns? Like, god damn it, nobody wants to see Roman Reigns beat everybody. Like, this kind of goes back to what I was talking to the other guy earlier about when I first started the stream. Roman Reigns never had a come up. Like, his come up was 100% manufactured. Like, you look at Daniel Bryan's come up. Daniel Bryan had ups and downs in his come ups. Like, he had good times, he had bad times. He won these titles, he lost these titles. You had CM Punk, he had ups, he had downs. Even going back to John Cena, like, somebody that people love to hate. Back when John Cena was coming up, he had ups, he had downs. You saw the come ups, you saw him with the first cut babyface, you saw him in other gimmicks, you saw him as a heel. Yo, like, Like, she is, like, I don't know what the fuck her problem is. Like, she needs to step aside. Like, I think like, a lot of people say that Triple H need. I don't know what WWE needs to do. Like Triple H, like you know what I'm saying. They say, one thing I know is Stephanie don't need to be running WWE. What's going on, Joshua? I see your last name. I'm not even gonna attempt to pronounce your last name. Amorim. What's going on, bro? But yeah, Stephanie. I think she's good. I think she got like a lot of ideas and stuff that ain't beneficial. Making the product more that straight too much. Yeah, I don't want the product to go back. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people be like, oh, I want the product to go back to how it was in the Attitude Era. Like, first of all, it's never going back to that. So stop thinking that oh, it needs to go back to, like, it don't need to go, like, honestly, it don't need to go back to the Attitude Era. They're not gonna go PG. Most likely, like, there's a chance that they might go TV-14, but I highly doubt it. The product is fine now. They just need to make better decisions. Like, a lot of stuff they're doing don't make sense. This 50-50 booking thing, like, where this person wins, then this person wins, then next time. The 50-50 booking ain't good. Now if you look at back in the Attitude Era, there wasn't 50-50 booking. You know what I'm saying? Like, you might have had 50-50. Like, really, there wasn't 50-50 booking. Like, Stone Cold beat The Rock so many times. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? They do a lot of that stuff. Oh yeah. The crowds messed up too. Like, the crowds, I mean, they're just having fun, but it's kind of bad when the crowd gotta entertain themselves. That's what I'm getting at. Like, the crowd gotta entertain themselves, and like, John Cena don't suck. It's just people just tired of seeing John Cena, which he's taking a reduced schedule, so that's pretty good. Kind of, sort of. But yeah. But if you look at it, like, back in the Attitude Era and stuff like that, there wasn't 50-50 booking. And it's like, I think today they think, well, there gotta be 50-50 booking in order to get both guys over. Like, you don't have to have 50-50 booking. Like, Cena's ready for somebody to take his spot, and that's commendable. Because, like, if you look at all that John Cena had to do over the past years, people don't like John Cena. People chant John Cena sucks, but John Cena probably kept WWE afloat by himself for so long. And it's like, John Cena's at the point where he want to do other things. Like, I think he still loves wrestling. Yeah, I think, like, honestly, I think John Cena still likes performing. He still likes wrestling. He still wants to do it, but John Cena is like 38 years old. You know what I'm saying? 38, 39. Like, and even if you look at back then, when Stone Cold was on top, it was, you know what I'm saying, you had Stone Cold, he was like #1 on top. But you also had The Rock, they could, you know what I'm saying? Basically, if Stone Cold wasn't there, WWE wasn't gonna sink. You know what I'm saying? Like, if Stone Cold wasn't there, okay, we'll main event with The Rock, or we'll main event with Shawn Michaels or Triple H or The Undertaker. We'll main event with these guys, and like, yeah, you saw a slight bump in, you know what I'm saying, where people probably didn't watch, but they still were good. Like, if you look at when John Cena's on TV to when John Cena's not on TV, it's like, you know what I'm saying, people don't watch as much and stuff like that. Like, I wouldn't say that they need another John Cena, but it'd be good if, like, they had like multiple, like probably not multiple John Cena's, but what's your thoughts on these? Hold on, I'm gonna tell you that. But I'm gonna put it like this: if John Cena is a 10, and everybody like if John Cena is a 10 and he's the only 10 in the company, I think that instead of trying to make another 10, they need to try to make like 5 8s. You know what I'm saying? Or you know what I'm saying, 4 9s or something like that, where you spread the responsibility out, because what they're doing is they became so dependent on John Cena that when John Cena ain't there, things don't work. Because like as far as popularity, if John Cena is a 10, Randy Orton will probably be a 9, and everybody else is like 6s and 7s. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's bad. Like you look at when Stone Cold was there, Stone Cold was a 10. The Rock was like a 9.5, but you had like Triple H was probably a 9, Shawn Michaels was probably a 9, Undertaker was like a 9.5. You know what I'm saying? You had people that can pick up the slack, and now you don't. The Heath Slater storyline, I think it's real entertaining. I think I'd rather him be on SmackDown. And I kind of got a bias towards SmackDown because I like what SmackDown doing more. But the free agent thing, like, there's a lot of there's like 4H work. Yeah, hell yeah. But like the Heath Slater storyline, like Heath Slater, we were just talking about this earlier. Like Heath Slater is hella entertaining. Like in the ring, I don't think he's like great or nothing. He can be entertaining, but like I like Heath Slater. Like I like the little promos he's been doing, like the whole free agent storyline that he's doing. I'm kind of trying to see where they're gonna go with the whole, because they if you watched SmackDown last night, they had Heath Slater come out and interrupt the introduction of the women's title, the new women's title for SmackDown, the new tag team title for SmackDown. Do who look at y'all comments? Oh yeah, I look at y'all comments. I see them. Oh, can you not hear me? I'm sorry. I see your comments. You was asking about Heath Slater. Yeah, like I like what they're doing with him. Like last night he interrupted the thing with the belts on SmackDown with the women's the new SmackDown women's title and the new tag team titles for SmackDown, and new titles for SmackDown. And Shane made a thing like, hey, you're not a woman, so you can't go for this title. You're not a man, you know what I'm saying? You don't have a tag team partner, and you're not signed, so you can't go for the tag team titles. And he was like, you need to get a tag team partner, and you need to get a tag team partner. You gotta get a tag team partner, and you gotta win the whole tournament to get a SmackDown contract. And it's like he had got Rhino as his tag partner, which, okay, cool. He got Rhino. I can see Heath Slater and Rhino going to the finals, most likely against American Alpha. But you know what I'm saying, at Backlash. But I do not see Heath Slater and Rhino. One, I don't see them beating American Alpha. And two, I don't see Heath Slater and Rhino being the first SmackDown Tag Team champion. So I wonder what's gonna happen with that. Like the only thing I could probably see is that you know what I'm saying, it's them versus American Alpha, and somebody comes out and attack them or something, so they win by DQ or something like that, or you know what I'm saying, something where he gets signed. Like I wonder what's gonna happen with that. Like it's real interesting, and it's like something that's cool about Heath Slater is that WWE is giving you something other than the main event feud to be interested in. Like, okay, you got on SmackDown, you got AJ Styles versus Dean Ambrose to be interested in, but you also got what's going on with the tag team division. You got what's going on in the women's division. There is not gonna, like, come on, you got a belt and you trying to get the lineage off, right? I think Kurt Hawkins they're not winning. Like you can't start the lineage off. You can't start the lineage of your belt off. You cannot start the lineage off of your belt with Heath Slater and Rhino winning your fucking tag team titles. You can't do it. It's impossible. Kurt Hawkins, I think they got. I don't know if one of y'all can tell me, like, did Kurt Hawkins, when he went to the independents, did he become a better wrestler? Or because when Kurt Hawkins was there before, he was not very interesting. And I can if I was WWE, what I would do is probably bring Kurt Hawkins in as a heel, and probably have him do something with the Hype Bros, like, cause you know Zack Ryder was his Oh, okay. Yeah, cause I didn't follow Kurt Hawkins at all on the independent, so I don't know. Like the little facts about Kurt Hawkins have been pretty interesting. But what I would probably do with